Hi, my name is Eric, and welcome to the channel. Today, I thought we'd talk about, you know, taking back control of how you react to things, how you feel about things, and how life is in general. But before that, I'd like to talk about. Uh, I had someone ask, that what's all this stuff for the backdrop? If you had a cleaner backdrop, like a painting and a nice, clean picked up, and you dressed a little different, and no. What I try to do with this channel is I try to give you good content, give you good advice. And when I talk to you, I feel like I'm talking to you and only you. And that's what happens in life in general. And it's happened to me many a times. Is we tend to get distracted by the other stuff that we lose our way and aren't listening to and doing the things that we should be doing. What I can tell you is a lot of folks that are doing these videos that have that cleaned up thing, the professional look, they're actors. Most of them have never experienced what we have. And on this channel, as I'm talking to you, I don't have any script laid out. I just sit down with a thought that I could give somebody some help and some advice. And I speak from the heart, nothing else. So just be careful of being distracted by other things in your life, like the shiny object, instead of staying focused on what you want to accomplish and your goals that you want to do. Okay, so enough on that. All right, feelings. I hear over the years I've heard umpteen thousand times. This person has upset me. This person has made me angry. This person is doing this. This person is doing that. No. The real truth is, no one has that much control to control how you feel. Now, you may react and feel sadness, anger, hopelessness by what somebody else has said, but get to the real thing is that you're the one making that choice. And you're the one that can also make that choice of not feeling a certain way. Now, in the same token, you know, a lot of people give up that control and they give it to somebody else. And that's where you get into unhealthy relationships, whether it be, girlfriend, boyfriend, or good friend or acquaintance. But unhealthy relationships, for an example, would be, someone that is very controlling, someone that, has beaten down the other. And that person that is beaten down has given up full control of how they're going to respond to the aggressor. Very unhealthy. You get to choose how you feel. And I can tell you right now, a lot of things in life will come so much easier if you decide to take that control back. And and every time you have a feeling or, an emotion, if it evokes emotion, stop and think, how do I really want to feel about this? Do I want to waste the rest of my day being very angry at so and so because she said something that wasn't totally true? Or do I just want to shelf that because it's I got the rest of the day to try to get other stuff done, and I don't have time to be angry all day long. It's just too exhausting. That's taking control back. An example would be like a grudge, whether it be a family member against another family member or friendships and stuff that went south on you. And you're sitting there and you have this grudge that you've developed over the years. And what you basically have done is you've given up that power to the other person, that control. Whereas the better thing to do would be to forgive them and move on. And by forgiving them, it's not for them, it's for you. And you don't physically have to call them, meet them, or anything to forgive them. You can just forgive them internally and move on. Don't forget if somebody has wronged you in a serious way. So it doesn't happen again, but you're taking control back. You're lightening the load. You don't have these negative feelings. I mean, does that make any sense? I hope so. Why did I waste so much time and energy on feeling that way? Same thing with the abusive relationship. One of the two have to give up control of how they feel. I mean, you hear how a woman is in an abusive relationship, okay? And a lot of people say, why doesn't she just leave? And that's what healthy people would say, because we have control over our feelings. But she doesn't. She's given that control up to an aggressor, is what I call it. The other half, but they're the aggressor. If they're trying to take everything away from the other, then they're not looking for a healthy relationship. They're looking for someone that can control. And a lot of times it starts off, with just words and then it goes physical. And even when it gets to that point, the person that is having the aggression towards starts feeling that it's their fault. They're doing something wrong or they deserve it. And if you're one of them and you're sitting here listening to this video, take the control back. You are worth it. No one should have that power over you. Get the hell away from that person and go to trusted family members and tell them what's going on. And if it's become physical, I don't care how much you love the other person, you need to get law enforcement involved. I know it sounds extreme, but you really do, because you don't know what that other person is going to do when you pull away. And a lot of times it's not good. And at least with the good folks with the law enforcement, if they're aware of it, they can kind of look out for you. They may have to put in an order of protection there so that the other person can't come in contact with you. Do it today. Do it. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for me. If you can't do it for yourself and you have kids, do it for the kids. Get to hell out and get to a safe place. You're going to need therapy, I can tell you that, but at least that part can be worked out. But I hope people are understanding, or I hope you're understanding when I say that someone doesn't have that kind of control over you unless you give it up. And a lot of times it's just, over time that this takes place. With any healthy relationship, each person supports the other person in whatever they want to do, and they give and take. You know, that's a healthy relationship. If it's all one sided, it's unhealthy. Even with friendships, if you find that someone just takes, and anytime you have a need, they can't give back, They're bottom feeders. Get rid of them. Or if you want to, you could sit them down and say, look, this is the way our relationship has been. I can't continue to do this. See, I call it givers and takers. You have people that you're going to interact with in life, and you already have, that will take everything from you. But the minute you need something, help of some sort, they're not available. They're out doing their own thing. But you can sit down and you can explain the situation of the dynamics of how you feel about it and see what they say. They'll probably tell you that you're full of crap. That's a taker does feel that way. And they're going to say, well, you shouldn't have offered. But the way I treat things in life is if I can help one person give them a hand up, I will. Anyone. That's just being a good person. So, what I want you to work on today, when you get a chance, is think about the things that are upsetting you today or what have been upsetting you for some time and tear it apart. Find out why you're feeling that way and how you can change it around to have a different feeling about it, a different reaction, emotion, a healthy one. We're going to feel sadness at times. We're going to be angry at times. We're going to be, full of sorrow at times, grief at times. These are all common emotions. And you're going to have them. But it's because you decide to have them, not somebody else. Okay? So just do that today. If you can take out a little bit here, a little bit there, my advice. And I hope I wasn't too harsh on you gals and even guys that are in unhealthy relationships that, you need to part ways. It's hard for that relationship to ever get better. And on that note, you guys have a great day.